this is MrsLBPs. This is my first video attempt. It might be my first, it might be my last, who's to say. We today are going to, this is my first canning process. I don't do much of the canning, the mister does in our household, which he says that I need to learn because just in case he's not around for me, I'll be able to do it myself. Today we are going to be canning some pickled jalapeno peppers. It's something simple, and what we got out of these, which we got from AZ Populous and Gravy 111 over this weekend, well, we popped them open. They are very tasty. So, seems kind of simple and easy for my first attempt. I really love the community and what everybody has done for my husband and all his friends. You guys are really, really good people, so I want to join in and try and stick with everybody and do the best I can. So just, bear with me. Well, today we're going to do this. We got some jars, little jars. They're cute. See? Just like me, small. My first attempt, so we're going to go with small. We also got these jalapenos, which we paid 3 pounds for 99 cents at our local food city. I'm going to wash them up, cut them up, chop them up. We're going to add some other things to it. We're going to get this going, sterilize them. We're going to get our water boiling and ready to go. We're also going to get our concoction for the pickling, which is 2 parts water, 1 part vinegar, some sugar, and we're going to add a little bit of salt. Okay, so let me get that going, and we'll be right back at you. And we're back. Okay, so what I've got here is my concoction, which is 2 parts water to 1 part vinegar, and at least a cup of sugar or less. I got one already done just for practice. And what I did was put my seasonings in there. I have my showers right here in hot water, soaking. So what I did is I put my seasonings, which is garlic, some garlic, and some onions. Oh, and by the way, we did put the sugar in there in the concoction. I call it concoction. It does, I was told it mellows out the vinegar taste, so that's why we purposely put the sugar in there. See how it comes out. I'm kind of hesitant because, I don't know, never done this before, but we'll see. Alright, so you put the onions, and then you shove in our jalapenos, as many as you can. Don't go past part, leave room for the water to boil. And anyways, you can put as many as you want in there. Even if you do go over a little bit, the jalapenos will shrink down. So it's really not, much of a problem if you do go over a little bit. So you just shove these in here. And taste. Give him one to taste over there. He's being the producer and the director right now, so he's doing a pretty good job. He hasn't bitched too much at me. I'm not used to this, so just bear with me, and then get them in there. I'm going to put a little bit of salt just for taste. Like I say, I've never, first attempt doing this, so just a little pinch, or 2 or 3, or whatever you decide, and that is sea salt in there. So what you want to do is fill it up with the concoction up to the bottom rim, like so. A little bit more. And you get this little doohickey thing. It's like a little knife that you put in there, and you just go around it just to get the, the air pockets out, or the bubbles. Air bubbles out. And then I have my lids over here sterilizing. Oh, and by the way, I did warm this up a bit on the stove, so it won't be cold in the jars, so it won't break. What you want to do is clean this off for a good seal, because I think if you don't clean it off, you don't get a good seal. I don't know. I'm just told to do. That's what you're supposed to do. Oh, by the way, it's kind of funny. Harley's in here, and he's just laying down, just watching me. It's kind of funny how he doesn't react to my voice, or he doesn't really care about me too much, I guess, or he just doesn't know what I'm doing right now. But he's all mellow and just looking up at me, and right there by Daddy, of course. And you want to just hand tight these. So here's the second one. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and fill up the rest of the jars and we will be back when we put them in the boiling water. Okay, so we've got our water boiling. Before we put in there, the way I got my water to the height that we need it for the jars, we put all the jars in there before we put and then we filled up the water to where we needed it to be on the jars. So we took the jars out, and then we did our process and everything, and now we have the water boiling. Okay, so now we have this little nifty tool so you won't burn yourself. Came with our canner that was given to us for a wedding present. I think, yeah, wasn't it? And you just set them in here, one by one. Careful that you don't burn yourself. Okay, so we're going to get them in here, and once I get them all in here, we're going to put the lid on them and set the timer for 10 minutes. 10 minutes is all you need. Try not to go over, because I heard that they will turn into mush. So after we're done with all this, I guess we're going to just wait here until I'm done. I put the lid on, because he hasn't turned off the camera, or he wants me to end it. Okay, so we've got them all in, and the water is like to the top of the rim, on very, like, still on the jar. So we're going to put the lid on. I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. And thanks for watching, and hopefully maybe you'll see me again real soon. This is Mrs. LB.
See when it's done.
Oh, we'll come back when they're done. Here we go. We took them off the heat, we turned off the heat, we took them out. Of course, very important, you use this. As I was told, I was holding it upside down a couple of times before, first of all, you're holding it upside down. So he had to tell me how to hold it. Okay, before you take them out, you need some kind of protection between the counter and the hot jars, because they could crack if they're on a cold surface. So a towel or rag or something to that nature is perfect for that. So that's the reason that you put them in the hot water before you put your ingredients in the jars, before you put them in the boiling water, because they can crack from the cold to the hot. So what you're going to wait for, what you're going to hear now, is every so often you're going to hear some of these, you're going to hear them pop. That means that they got a good seal and it's all good to go. You don't have to refrigerate them. If you don't get a good seal and they don't pop up, well, they're not throwaways. You just need to store them in a refrigerator. They're good for a month and a half, and you can just eat off of them that way. So on that end, I need to let these cool down, store them away, and I need to get out of the way, because of course Mr. LBP is just going to do his chicken now. He's throwing me out of the kitchen, which I'm going to go and watch TV and relax. So on that note, I'm going to say goodbye, and maybe till next time. You all have a good day. Mrs. LBP here. Love and peace, you all.